See how it goes today. We're playing a very good opponent.
We are.
That's coming off a tough loss. They got beat. We're talking Lacrosse got beat handily by Platteville. I don't think anybody saw that coming.
I'm pretty sure they did not, and I'm sure Lacrosse didn't see that.
Yeah, they're going to be loaded for bear today, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so. Let's take a quick 1-minute break. We'll come right back. UW Stevens Point men's basketball on WPCN.
Eat like a rock star at the Rock and Roll Cafe. They have something for all ages.
As we await the tip-off of this afternoon's game. I don't know about you, Jay-Z. I like the 5 o'clock game.
I do too.
We're getting up there. We're getting out at 5. Well, getting out of here by 7 o'clock-ish is going to be a nice thing.
At least we walk in during the daylight.
Yeah.
and when you got to drive home in the fog, sometimes that's not so much fun. But yeah, I like the 5. And I don't know, but the crowd seems to be about the same as always.
Oh, yeah. Well, until we start winning more games, crowds are just not going to get back up to what we were accustomed to, I guess.
Should mention we had a nice conversation with lacrosse coach Kent Dernbach, and he has wonderful family. His mom and dad are here, just down the road from us, of course, in Almond. Always enjoy seeing Kent's dad. What a nice man.
Yeah, I would agree with you there. Now, prior to the game, we got some, unfortunate news, and that is that UW Stevens Point will be without its best player here today. Jake Buchanan is ill. It's I think you asked about COVID, and they say no, it's not COVID. He's just kind of like the flu or something, but he is not able to play. In fact, he's not even here, from my understanding.
Right.
The good side, on the flip side, Ryan Peterson is suited up today, so I'm assuming Ryan's going to get some minutes to take up some of that slack from the loss of Jake.
Yeah, somebody's got to take him. And now who's going to take that extra 15 points that we're giving up as our leading scorer, our leading assist guy? Let's face it, he's the ever-ready bunny on this team. I mean, he just plays with such heart and is always bringing it fully on the floor. So you're not going to have that leadership either. But that happens, and you just have to persevere, and that's an opportunity. We only have to look at last week. Drew Fisher for Whitewater, a guy that averaged 5'5", Scotty, and just lit us up. So you never know who can come off a bench and be a big factor.
That's a fact. We're going to get a break for the national anthem. We'll come back and play some pointer basketball. This is UW Stevens Point men's basketball on WPCN. You get some people in the door, so our crowd's getting up a little bit bigger. It's nice to see.
Yeah, not too bad at all, really.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Well, I'll tell you what, for the price of the ticket, folks, to come in and watch a WIAC basketball game, you can't beat the price of that ticket and the value you get. I mean, this is good basketball. They play hard, and what a great way to spend an early evening.
Yeah, I would not be able to say it any better here today. Let's see, for the La Crosse Eagles, it'll be Will Furman, a 6-foot junior out of Reedsburg, Wisconsin. 6'4" senior Ethan Anderson from Black River Falls. 6'3" senior Craig Steele from Portage. Getting a start today. A little bit surprised, in all honesty, not because he doesn't deserve it, but I'm pretty sure this is his first start. J.J. Piter, the 6'7" freshman out of Neenah, of course, led the Rockets to the state championship a year ago, John, and I think he's going to be a load for us. We'll wait and see. And then 6'6" senior Austin Westra out of DeForest, their leading scorer at 15.6 points per ball game right now. Stevens Point's going to go with a group that'll include 6'2" senior Zach Moots from Merrill, 6-foot junior Ryan Genrick from Mukwonago, 6-foot junior A.J. Makinen from Waterford and Muskego, Wisconsin, 6'5" sophomore Brennan Tim from West Bend West, and the final starter here for the Pointers tonight. And boy, I'll tell you what, some big shoes to fill here tonight. Luke Warden, the Green Bay Notre Dame 6'6" freshman. Let's see what happens.
You know, going to be interesting in the post, Scotty. You got a couple Fox Valley freshmen going after each other. Two good ones, of course, Luke Warden, as you mentioned, from Notre Dame, and J.J. Piter, that certainly our fans may not be familiar with, but his grandfather, one of our major boosters right here at Stevens Point.
For sure.
Yep.
I was looking for Tom Domashik, and I'm betting he's sitting in the lacrosse section, so I can't fault a grandpa for, sitting in the section.
He will probably be at is it a show Monday?
Yes.
He'll probably be at the show.
We'll
have to see which color he's wearing Monday night.
That's a good. That might depend upon who wins the game. Huh?
Yeah.
All right, opening tip, and we'll be underway here, and the tip will be controlled by Stevens Point. I'm not sure if Luke actually won the tip, but we'll take it. Tim, handoff pass will go to Genrick, long cross court over to the right wing. It'll go to Makinen. AJ off the Warden screen, kicks it left. Zach Moots with it on top. Just underway here from the Quant. The Pointer women took it right to the wire and gave up a shot with a second to go to lose by 2 this afternoon at La Crosse. Genrick into the lane, traveled through traffic, turnaround jumper off the rim, no, and the rebound down there by Westra. So the Eagles will get a crack at it. Steele into the front court, gives it off to Anderson. Comes back to Steele on the wing. He's guarded up there by Makinen, so AJ's given up about 3-4 inches. Across the way, it'll come to Piter. Into the hands of Furman. Furman gets free for a moment. Kicks it out to Westra. Hits 3, and they lead it.
Yep. Warden unable to get out to the shooter. Got picked off inside with all the action interior-wise and wide open.
So Genrick with it. Swings it left to Zach Moots. 3-0 is your score. La Crosse Moots down to the baseline. Looks and gives it out to Tim. Slides to the basket. Nice pass over to Warden. Lost it going up. And what are we going to get?
Travel
or
foul?
A travel?
I think they're going to get a foul in there, Scotty.
It was actually a pretty good pass, although in close quarters, and Luke just did not handle it cleanly.
That's going to be on Piter.
It'll be his first of the game, for that matter. Point will inbound with 20 on the shot clock. They toss it in long to Genrick. So Stevens Point down 3-0. Moots off the wing. Badgers lose. Marquette wins. Milwaukee wins. Green Bay loses on the men's side. Makinen, 8 on the shot clock. Penetrates. Lobs it out. Tim doesn't take the 3. Now in trouble. Back to Makinen. A high arcing 3. Missed everything. And it will be La Crosse basketball. Up it'll come with Furman. Furman off the right wing. Takes it into the circle. Leaves it off on the right side. With it there is Anderson. Guarded by Moots. Zach's got his hands full. Anderson to the elbow. Kick it around. Westra off on the wing. It'll go pick and roll. Westra right underneath. And he leads this game 5-0.
Well, that's not a good beginning because we've left a wide open shooter and now an easy dunk.
Yep. Defense is imperative here in the game, not only at Stevens Point, but boy, if you don't play D, you don't stay on the floor for long.
And Scotty, offensively, they have done a good job of just smothering us.
Yep. Moots a deep three. That's not going to go. Long rebound to Genrich. Kicks it out. AJ, another open three. That one's not going to go. Live and die by the 3 ball. Pointers had it for a moment. Steele got it, and then a reaching foul.
Well, both teams man to man. La Crosse doing an excellent job out on the perimeter attacking the ball. They've really put a lot of ball pressure on. We've, at this point, Scotty, looking as if the Pointers are just trying to find where they can go to get a decent shot.
Luke Warden with the foul. Out of the game comes Brennan Tim. In will come Elijah Vandervelden. 5-0 La Crosse.
Going to go a little bigger.
Piter got rid of it to Anderson. Top of the circle, right wing, Furman. Back out, Anderson to the elbow, off to Piter with it. He can shoot the long ball, as we saw last year. Makes a bad pass, but going to get away with it. Picked up there by Anderson. Back to Steele, shot clock 4. Steele at the free throw line. Tried to get one up. He'll throw one at the basket. Comes up short. That is going to be rebounded by Vandervelden. Picked out of the air. On ahead, it'll come to Genrich. Now you need a basket. Ryan with the dribble, top of the circle, over to the left side. It'll go to A.J. Makinen. Kicks it back out to Moots. Looked and goes right wing. Genrich down to the baseline. Got cut off. Tried to take it inside. Fumbled it away again. Picked up. Furman down to the other end. Goes up. Has it blocked. A.J. comes out of there with it. Now it's a 4-on-2 going the other direction. Makinen into the lane. Kicks it out. Moots from the corner doesn't take. A.J. wants another triple, and he got it.
Well, able to get that one in transition before La Crosse was able to get back down the floor and set up their half-court defense.
5-3. That was a good play, although I was blocked out. Whoever got the actual block of Furman down here without getting a foul. Left wing, it'll go to Piter. Piter against Vandervelden, down to the baseline, shovels it back outside, into the lane, down the lane. Anderson with the lead to Westra. Hooks the pass over to Steele from the right corner, in and out, no. And the rebound, Zach Moots. So a chance to tie, maybe even gain a lead here. Zach off the right wing. 5-3 early going, La Crosse. Moots running baseline, ball popped free. It'll be Pointer basketball, they are saying. Skyward Incorporated, connecting parents and education.
I think we're going to get the media right here, Scotty.
All right, Josiah Gilly getting set to come in, and I believe Miles Coleman may be as well. 15:45 to go. This will be a 1-minute break. We'll take that break. Coming right back. UW Stevens Point men's basketball on WPCN.
Once you realize that you're...
Out at the Quant here as the Pointers are down only by a pair at 5-3.
Early on, Scotty, you're happy to be down just 2, but you have to be a little concerned that the only shots we've been really able to find are late in the shot clock threes. See if we can get something going more in the paint at some point. La Crosse has really done a good job on their gap defense. We've not been able to get through into the lane at all.
Inbound, it'll go to Vandervelden, hand off to Miles. Out around the horn, it'll go to A.J. out on the left wing. Long cross court. We're going to get a foul fighting through a screen on Steele.
Yep. That's going to get working against Zach Moots, who was the screener. You can either go under it or you can go on or above it. He went through it. And that's the one of the 3 choices that is not legal.
So Pointers will inbound off the baseline. Coleman will pull the trigger here. And he does get it into AJ on the baseline. Kicks it out to Moot. Zach on the dribble to the free throw line. Bounce it back over to Makinen. Long cross court. Miles with it. Trying to work off the dribble. Takes it into the lane. Kicks it out on the wing. Makinen fakes the three. Runs it back to the free throw line. Lifts the 15-footer. Brackets out long. Rebound pulled down here by Torin Hanna. Sophomore out of Mount Horeb into the ball game. Off the left wing. On the drive inside. Noon has, Furman had it blocked, and they're going to call a foul.
I think they are on Elijah Vandervelden. There should be a 2-shot foul. Like mismatch there on quickness.
Looked like that might have been a pretty good block. Max Siebert in from Fond du Lac, a 6'5 sophomore. For the Eagles, that is.
Furman's 75% on the line for the year. 9 of 12.
And he gets the first one to drop through.
10 out of 13 for the year.
Vandervelden out. Peterson in for Stevens Point. 6-3 Eagles, a chance to make it a 4-point lead with the second free throw. He left that one short. Rebound pulled down by Peterson.
Good box out off the miss by Josiah Gilly.
Makinen in the long cross court left wing. Coleman moots along the left of the lane, kicks to the corner. Miles starts his dribble toward the middle of the floor, gives it up to Makinen on the wing. Off the Ryan Peterson screen. AJ to the corner, shot clock 9, gives it out to Peterson. Sends it over to Moots into a double team off to Coleman. 2 on the shot clock into the lane. We're not going to get a shot off.
Yeah, and there you go. We just cannot.
Too much dribbling.
Yeah, a lot of dribbling, not enough passing. And they're just on-ball defense is outstanding right now for the Eagles.
Yeah, but you can't dribble and get free usually.
Yeah, it's just and not do anything other than just dribble in space. You know, I mean, we're not moving the ball anywhere into a scoring position.
All right, left side, it'll go there to Hanna. Hanna down to the left corner, trying to go baseline, got cut off by Miles. Kick out on the wing. Deep in the corner with it. Working is Westra. Swing it around to Anderson. Kick out on the wing, down to the baseline, sliding inside. Got cut off by Gilly. Back it'll come Westra, over to the right side. Hanna to the corner. 3 ball, and count that one for Anderson.
Boy, that ball traveled from corner to corner off the pass. What a great offensive set by the Eagles.
That's the way it's supposed to go,
absolutely.
Right? Ryan Peterson between the circles gives it up to Moots on the wing. Back over to AJ in the corner. Miles outside, good man-to-man again. Shot clock down to 9 now. AJ with a dribble, picks up, needs help. Peterson looked at it. Back to Makinen. He launches the 3 and gets it again.
Well, we're going to have to shoot an awful good percentage from behind the arc if we're going to stay in this game. We can't even get a touch in the post right now.
Yeah. I'm not sure you're looking hard enough to get into the post, but at the free throw line with it there is Anderson. Not much of a post player in there, I guess, at the moment, unless you want to call Josiah that, which you might. Westra kick out, 3 ball, rims out long, and the rebound to Josiah Gilly. Nice job.
Yeah.
Missed by Tanner Resch, another former Pointer recruit. Into the lane, down the lane. Miles going to draw a foul.
Miles is big enough and strong enough from the guard position. 6'2", of course, a transfer from Bethel to attack a little bit. He's got better size.
Shane Tarjan will come in for Zach Moots here.
Shane's starting to get some minutes.
Yep. Foul, by the way, was whistled on Hanna.
He's a freshman out of Loyola Academy in Niles, Illinois.
Niles, Illinois. Defensive specialist. Coaches like him for that, for sure.
Have we had other Niles kids over the years? Do you remember?
Yes, we did.
I thought so.
With it out high, top of the circle, Miles Coleman. Kicks it out to Tarjan. Sends it back over to Peterson. Ryan to the elbow, into the corner. Miles for 3, no. Rebound, fought for, coming out of there with it is going to be La Crosse. Henry Noon into the ball game. Spinning free, pull up, little 6-foot jumper is good for Tanner Resch.
You know what, Miles overplayed the left hand, and he just spun away and was wide open.
11-6 is your score. Tarjan on the right wing. Gives it off to Peterson again, to the lane, kick out to Gilly. Miles on the left side. Trying to go baseline, nice job cutting him off there by Tanner Resch. Bounces it off to Gilly. Josiah puts it on the floor, but then bounces it off his own foot and it goes out of bounds.
Well, La Crosse is clearly winning this battle right now on their defensive end.
Yep.
We expected they were going to feel a little bruised after that loss to Platteville, and they certainly have come out with great effort.
Yes. Hannah will bring it into the front court, hands it off to Westra. He gets it right to the basket and scores.
You know, that's just a high ball screen handoff, and we got picked off. Somebody's got the person guarding the screener's got to step out and stop that.
Right wing dribble, A.J. Mackinnon. Without his 6, we are scoreless here. Miles off the wing, gives it back to Tarjan. 11:52 to go in the half. Only a few buckets down, but you don't want this one to get away from you. Tarjan, tough drive down the lane.
You're going to get 2 shots.
We're going to get a foul.
Good effort.
Tanner Resch. Oh. Called it on Noon, I guess.
There are a couple defenders there.
All right. Henry Noon, the senior out of Oshkosh Lourdes.
One that got away from the Titans, huh?
Yeah. So Shane Tarjan at the free throw line. The first one bounces in for him. Genrich will come back for Miles Coleman. Second one is coming up.
And they got some discussion going on with the officials. Yep, they're checking to make sure they had the right foul call.
Yep. Tarjan will get the second one here. Wearing those nice green shoes. He got them both.
Yeah. Gone are the days where everybody wears the same shoe.
That's a fact. I like the colors. As we've talked about before, almost thrown it away. Westra able to save it against Josiah. Kicks it out on the wing. Long cross. Noon with it. Right back to the corner. It'll go there into the hands of Tanner Resch. Resch to the free throw line. Lobs it to the left corner. Hannah trying to go baseline. Cut off there. Gives it outside. Noon for a 3. No. Rebound tipped out long that time. Picked up again by Tanner Resch, who kept that alive. That was Jake Gross, I believe. Into the lane. Turnaround Westra. No, but a foul.
Saw the mismatch in size over Josiah. Tried to half hook, got fouled. You're seeing a much more efficient effort by the Eagles on this end, Scotty. They're running their motion very well, a lot of passing.
They do get the ball inside more than the Pointers tend to. We get the ball inside, the Pointers, and everybody gets hurried. They don't like it down in the post. You don't have a true post guy in there.
Yep.
And they get nervous with the basketball, in my opinion. Westra missed the first.
And notice how the ball keeps moving on the offensive end for La Crosse so far today. On our end, it's getting stuck.
Well, you got to miss both at 13-8. Genrich with a rebound. Luke Warden back into the game. Mackinnon in the right corner. Mooch wants to check back in. Out it'll go there to Peterson. His man falls down, takes the 3. That's not going to go. Boy, oh boy. We could get his shot going again.
Yeah, he's a great shooter, but he's struggled this year.
So far this year.
No, he's been a struggle.
Down low, Westra saves it from going OB, tosses it back out to Noon. Noon at the arc left side, Westra in the left corner, trying to work in against Luke Warden. Kicks it out. Tanner Resch runs baseline, and he hits that one.
That was a tough runner.
Well, that's one of those reasons the Pointers liked him.
Low left.
A lot of people did, as a matter of fact, and Point's going to get a timeout. Down 15-7, and Stevens Point going to take the 30-second timeout. 10:24 to go here in the opening half. This is going to be a 30. We will come right back. Pointers basketball on WPCN. To go in the opening half, 15-8.
Well, Scotty,
the
the Eagles 6 of 11 to start this game. That's a nice 54%. Pointers just 2 of 10, 7 of those from behind the arc.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're not getting any kind of penetration whatsoever.
Well, and we've talked many times, if you're going to live behind the arc, of course, the old saying goes, you're going to probably die from behind the arc. Yep. But who knows?
Although Illinois today, they couldn't miss.
Yep.
Inbound, it'll come to Tarjan. Pointers are down 7. It's early. Brennan Tim back into the ball game. They'll swing it out between the circles, off the hand of Tarjan, but we're going to get a foul, I think, on Noon.
Yeah, Henry Noon, I think, senior. Good shooting cures all ills, doesn't it?
That's a fact. Ball goes in the basket, everything looks better. That's the second on Noon, 5th now on the Eagles. Shane out on top, right side, it'll go there to Genrich. Gives it up to Moots. Moots penetrates, got bumped, ball pops free, picked up, down to the other end, and Tarjan trying to get back is called for a foul. Just lost the ball again, trying to dribble through traffic.
You lost it off yourself. You turn it over in the middle up on top, and it's usually an invitation to go the other way, although that was a pretty close, I thought, poke away down on this end, but officials saw it differently.
Yeah. I agree with your assessment there. Inbound, it'll go to Steele in the right corner. Pointers down 7 still. Left wing with the basketball into the lane. Lost that one. And it did go out of bounds. It'll be off of Jake Gross, and the Pointers will get it back.
Well, back-to-back turnovers.
Well, here's where we've got a fairly young team. You've got to fight through this kind of stuff. You know, you can't accept it. You get in there, you're college basketball players like they are. Go out and get something here. Ryan Genrich across the way. It'll go there to Zach Moots. Again, everything around the perimeter.
Yep.
Left side, Brennan Tim. Nobody makes any kind of penetration. Brennan down to the left baseline, trying to back his way in against Gross. Got in deep. Will he get a shot off? What are they going to call?
Either that or travel or a foul. You're going to give him the foul. But everything off the dribble, Scotty.
Yep.
There's a lot of one-on-one dribbling.
That's one of the big reasons you're missing Jake. And now with AJ on the bench, there's a whole lot of dribbling going on.
As we know, the national championship teams for the Pointers excelled at passing the basketball.
Ryan Genrich across the way to Tim. Tarjan to the top of the circle, out to Moots, fakes the shot, gives it back to Shane. No shot yet. Brennan Tim into the lane, down the lane, scooping a layup, and he got one. Tough shot.
Well, Brennan's a good athlete, and he's got some quickness. Nice play.
Yep, quickly they come. Westra left wing, kicks it out on the perimeter. Anderson down the lane, and he'll get the 2 right back. He never stopped the basketball.
Yep, the product out of Black River Falls.
Moots, right wing Tim.
He and his brother were pretty fine players, aren't they?
It will go on the dribble. Tim into the lane, tosses up to Tarjan. Bounces off to Moots on the left wing. Moots to the circle, over to the right side. Genrich wants a triple. He's got it.
I got a pick.
Not a bad shooter.
Yeah, he got a pick on that backside by Tim and was able to get an open, good look.
After all this, you're only down 4 points.
Yeah, it seems to have been totally outplayed, doesn't it?
Yeah. Furman inside the steal, and you lost him, and he scored.
Yeah, just a curl cut off a high screen. That's the second time we've had a guard picked off on that play. That's a lack of communication as much as anything.
Ryan in the left corner, out to Tarjan. Over to the right wing, it'll go to Moots. 18 on the shot clock here, 8:02 to go in the opening half. Tim into the lane, down the lane, missed the shot. It looks like he'll go to the free throw line here.
Yeah, Brennan trying to kind of take this over on his own.
Well, at least he's going to the basket.
Absolutely, yep. And drawing the foul, right?
Yeah, and I think we've got a media timeout coming up here. That will be the second foul on Westra, by the way. Team number 6, but it is a media timeout. Your final score, Sports Bar and Grill scoreboard right now showing Stevens Point down 19-13. Plan your before or after game get together at the final score, second to Maria Stevens Point. We're taking a break, coming right back in 30 seconds. Pointers basketball on WPCN. Basketball team trailing Lacrosse 19-13. Pointer women losing only by a pair over at Lacrosse, 47-45 today.
Well, you're only down 6. See if you can finish off these last 8 minutes. You know, get into the locker room tied, and you'd be in pretty good shape. I always thought one of the indicators of offensive efficiency, Scotty, is shooting percentage. Right now, Lacrosse at 61%, Stevens Point at 33%. Seems about right from what we've been watching.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you there.
And again, Lacrosse getting the better shots. They're able to get the ball into the paint, able to get some layups. And pretty much we've been relying on outside shooting. Been able to get to the line. That's one of the things you can do when you're struggling, is do just what Brennan Tim did and take the ball off the dribble, get through that gap and draw the foul.
Brennan will get 2. The first one is good. So it's 19-14.
Brennan's an 84% free throw shooter. He's a good outside shooter as well, although we haven't seen a lot of that this year.
No.
Yeah, I had to say he's a good free throw shooter.
Yeah, there you go. That's all it took. You know that.
Yeah.
Lacrosse with the basketball on the lead of 5. Underneath, they go to Piter, and they're going to call a foul. Look like a pretty darn good block.
I thought so as well. Nice drop step to his left shoulder by Piter, but somebody, he was kind of underhanding that one, and somebody got up above and blocked it.
I think it was Ryan Genrick from behind, albeit, but it looked like a pretty good block. They say it was a blocking foul.
Yeah. He offered the opportunity to block the shot because he was going to underhand that. Didn't realize there was a help defender coming across.
Piter hits his first point of the ball game. Another one coming up. 20-14 is your score, and missed the second. Tim with the rebound. All right, now you need a basket though. Ryan Genrick into the front court. Stevens Point with the ball, and down by 6. It'll come over to Tim. Hands it off there to Miles Coleman. It'll go over to Mackinnon. Back to Brennan at the arc. Tries to go down the left of the lane. Ball tipped away, picked up by Coleman. Boy, oh boy, we lose the ball a lot. Mackinnon with it, gets it to Genrick, working left into the free throw lane. Ryan in trouble, kicks it out. Tim will lift a 3, rims off, no. Long rebound will go to the Eagles. Furman brings it up, lobs it to Steele in the left corner. Craig sends it back out. Anderson, little pick and roll off to Piter. Underneath, it'll go there, and an easy lay-in for Siebert.
And the other thing, if you followed Nina last year, was Piter is a great passer.
Yep.
Give him the assist.
Now the lead up to 8. Coleman to the free throw line. Gives it off to Genrick on the wing. Again, very little movement inside. Miles finally gets free and is fouled. He had an open look. I thought, oh, there's one. Well, he got knocked down.
He kind of ducked under Steele and drew the foul.
That will be team number 8 now on the Eagles.
Miles still feeling his way into this system, Scotty. Of course, he transferred here from Bethel.
Coleman's free throw, not going to go. Mooch will come in for Tim right here. Paper City Savings, proud supporter of our community with locations in Plover, Wisconsin Rapids, and Nakusa. Miles' second one coming up. An 8-point deficit makes them both.
That hurts.
So now you're 3 of 6 from the line. Down to the corner it'll go there with the basketball. And what do we get? A foul down there?
Foul on Miles. That'll be team foul number 7, I do believe, Scotty. They should go to the line for a 1-and-1 here.
I think that was number
6. They beat me up with that number, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So my bad.
Former pointer Anthony Espenson into the ball game right now for the Eagles. Lob comes on the floor to Piter. Over it'll swing to Anderson off the Espenson screen down to the corner. Anderson backing in against Genrick. Nice bounce pass underneath. Piter overlays. Rebound fought for. Saved by the Eagles. Up it'll come again. They out-hustle you right there. Throw from the corner is good.
50-50 ball, and we got caught watching.
Standing there instead of going and getting the basketball. Miles off the Elijah screen. Gives it up over to Genrick. On the wing, it'll go there to Moots. 25-14, now you're down 11. Over to A.J. Mackinnon. starting to get away from you. AJ into the lane. Nowhere to go. Did he drag the
3 seconds? Yep. Tell you what, this is a crucial part of the game right now. We're on the verge of getting blown out.
Eagles were saving the ball. First of all, you didn't go after the loose ball under the basket, so you gave the Eagles a chance to save. Then you allowed them just blindly to throw it back onto the floor, and you didn't go get the basketball to begin with.
Which they responded to, and we did not.
Yep. And then get the open 3 from the corner. At any rate, Piter, high left side. With the basketball is Hanna. Hands it off there to Espenson. Swing it back right into the lane. Jump stop, kick out. Thinking about it was Espenson. Didn't take it. Anderson wants 3 more, and he's on fire now, and you are in trouble.
Yep.
He's got 11, and you are down by 14 at 28-14. He had been struggling a little bit, John, and not anymore. And a lot of Eagles fans, as you might suspect, because they are at the top right now in our league. 5:18 to go, and this will be a 1-minute timeout taken here by Stevens Point. Let's take that minute. We'll come right back. Pointers basketball on WPCN.
Once you realize that
to go in the opening half. Stevens Point was playing a fairly close game, but it isn't at the moment. It is La Crosse 28, Stevens Point 14 on your final score Sports Bar and Grill scoreboard. Pointers with the ball.
Scotty, we trailed by only 4, 17-13 just before the media timeout at 7:59. We've been outscored since that time, 11-1.
Left side, it'll go to Moots to the free throw line. Picked up his dribble, nowhere to go for a long time. Finally got it to AJ. 13 on the clock. He takes it up inside and missed the bunny. Got everybody to fall away, and then he just didn't get enough on it to put it in the basket. 28-14. Back at the other end, it is Anderson. Bounces it in along the lane line. Piter with it, spins. Trying to go deep into the block. Kick out. Anderson, no. Rebound. Piter over the top of Gilly. Takes it up inside, overlaid, tips it. This time Josiah will get it. Josiah playing against Piter. That's a little bit of a mismatch.
with the long arms beside. Just Piter's arms on that rebound.
Jumper by Genrich is good.
Then we end the run. Got to get some stops to get back in it.
For sure. 28-16 is the score. Down to the left corner. Bad pass stolen away by Makinen. He'll take it down to the other end. AJ into the lane. A lot of contact, and we're going to get a foul.
Yeah. Well, the turnover gives us that opportunity on open floor. And AJ was able to draw the foul, see if we can get a couple free throws.
Makinen's going to go to the line for 2.
Just 3 of 6 so far today. Free throws cost us the game against Whitewater.
First on Tanner Resch. Rock and Roll Cafe open 7 days a week from 7 to 3 for breakfast and lunch. American and Mexican cuisine in retro chic setting.
Ouch.
Stanley of Minnesota, Stevens Point, another missed free throw.
Yeah, now 3 of 7. When you're trying to hang in a game, you cannot miss free throws.
You'll get another one. And this one is perfect for AJ.
You know, good free throw shooting is contagious, and I believe so is poor free throw. Yeah, I do.
I'm going to agree with you. Resch out on top, sends it left side, gets it right back into the corner, trying to go baseline left, got cut off, kick it around. Siebert out on top to Resch again. Back to Siebert, thought about it, doesn't take it. We're going to foul in the post on Ryan Genrich.
Yep, trying to work around Ethan Anderson, and got him with the left arm as he was going around the front. This will be a bonus.
Well, Coach Dern left our program as the assistant coach and became the interim over at La Crosse in the 2017-18 season.
And he never came back.
He didn't. Well, not without wearing enemy colors anyway. Free throw rolls in for Ethan Anderson.
Yeah, who is a 86% free throw shooter. 42 of 49. You do not want to put him on the line.
Pointers beat Coach Dernbach when he was the interim coach both times. Left that one short. The tip will go out of bounds. Should be Pointer basketball, and is.
Rare miss by Anderson.
29-17, but since he became the head coach, the Pointers have never beaten La Crosse. That's 8 in a row, which used to be the opposite.
Yeah, for years.
Many more.
We had a long string of consecutive victories.
Yep. Ryan Genrich, circle down the left of the lane, bounces it back to Moots, lifts in the lane, left it short. Tipped out, picked up by Anderson. Got a good look, didn't hit it. Furman into the front court. Starts left wing against Makinen. Crossover dribble down to the baseline. Got trapped down there, puts one up, and we're going to get a foul.
I was double teamed and decided, the best thing I can do is shoot this up at the hoop. Because he was kind of in trouble there, but got bailed out with the foul.
Shane Tarzan with the foul. That's his second.
This would be 2
8th
shots
on the Pointers. And Will Furman to the line, where he is 1 out of 2 at the moment to make it 1 out of 3. Bad free throwing, contagious, going both ways, I guess.
It is. La Crosse now 3 of 8.
Gus Foster getting set to come in here for Stevens Point.
It's almost as if an NBA game broke out here, Scotty, with the free throw shooting.
29-17 your score. And Furman will get the second of 2, and that one he got. So 30-17 is your score. Pointers will bring the ball up the floor here. Moots on the left side, a quick 3, not going to go. Deep into the corner, and a rebounding foul to be called on La Crosse.
The ball came hard off to the right corner in the scramble. They got Noon on the foul. That's his third.
Yep. That'll put Ryan Peterson at the line for 3 here. Pardon me, for 2 automatic. Because that is 10 team fouls on the Eagles. His first on the way, and he got it. 30-18. Another one coming up here.
La Crosse certainly has plenty of depth at that guard position.
Men will be on the road Wednesday when they head over to River Falls. Well, it's nice to go that far on a Wednesday night, isn't it? Of course, the players, they're not in school. Makes no difference to them. Second one on the way for Ryan. Bounced around and dropped through.
And we get to see that beautiful arena again.
Yeah, that's a fact.
We've had some really good games in that arena.
Yeah.
Probably, I don't know, over the 30 years or so I've been with you, Scotty. Some of our best shooting nights, and I do not know why, have been at River Falls.
Yeah, even in the new building versus the old Carges. We had some outstanding. Josh Iserloth went off there.
40-something one night, couldn't miss.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, actually, I remember.
Jordan
I'll never
Lutz
forget
had a
the shot
huge game over there.
The shot clock was down to 2, and he was 38 feet, 40 feet away. Josh, and he just threw it.
As I recall, way back in the day, John Mack had a huge game in the Carges.
Well, we should play there more often.
Yeah. Let's play them all over there. 30-19, 3:14 to go, and now La Crosse is going to take a timeout to talk over things for the final 3 minutes of the opening half. This is going to be a full timeout by the sounds of it. 3:12 to go here in the half. Let's take this break. We'll come back in 1 minute. Pointers basketball on WPCN.
Well, the Eagles being led by their senior, Ethan Anderson, he has 12 behind 3 of 4 shooting. So he certainly is playing like a senior. Be happy when he's not on that team anymore. He's a fine, fine basketball player, folks. Pointer's being led at this point by A.J. Mackinnon. He has 7.
Just struggling to get any kind of shots. You've made 5 field goals in 17 minutes of basketball.
Obviously a priority in the offseason, Scotty. And it was this year, and some of the kids just didn't work out. It's going to be the post.
Yep. Up on top, La Crosse with a basketball. Resch into the lane. Tosses it over, left wing, 3 ball, rims off. Foster. Well, stayed back to Mackinnon. Gus had trouble getting out to it. AJ into the front court. Actually tipped that time by La Crosse, but fortunately back to a pointer.
That was a nice play by La Crosse. It just missed the shot.
Down the lane, tough shot, it drops in.
That should have been and one, I think, but we'll take the 2.
So Zach's first 2 of the ball game. Left wing for the Eagles, Gross up on top. Anderson down the lane, turnaround jumper, not gonna go. Josiah way up for the rebound.
Josiah very athletic off the floor.
Up to Mackinnon, front court. You're down 9, get one here. Moots to the free throw line, a lot of contact again by Anderson. It'll go right wing to Peterson. Ryan with the dribble, turns the ball over up on top, and this will be an easy layup for La Crosse down at the other end for Torin Hanna.
Just got beat to the basketball one more time.
Just turn it over up on top. You talk about it all the time, but
and that was just pure quickness.
Moots with it. Well, I'll tell you what, Anderson's just bumping him all over the place. Zach down the lane, scores it again. You know what? Zach is just gutty enough. He might just get into it with Anderson.
Well,
scored it.
And if you're going to get that close to me at 30 feet, you've got to take him off the dribble.
I agree
to
with
back him off.
Siebert out high. Anderson, right wing, kick out. Anderson over to the left wing, 3 ball. Oh boy, buried that time by Tanner Resch.
What a nice player, Tanner Resch. So smooth.
35-23. AJ looking, goes right side to Zach Moots.
And I think they're going to probably get Josiah in the post trying to work against Siebert. That's where it is.
You're right. Josiah Gilly picks up the foul. And that'll be 9 on the Pointers.
Down 12, 1:06 to go. Really a dominating performance so far, Scotty.
I would agree. Resch will bring it into the front court. They have put a lot of guys on the floor and had no drop-off whatsoever. Resch down low, it'll go there to Anderson. Working against Genrich, fadeaway jumper. He's got that. He's just too big in
there. It's too big. That's just a matchup that just won't work.
6'4" against anybody we put on him at 6
And give La Crosse credit for recognizing that mismatch and going right to it.
Yeah, and thankfully they're smart enough to recognize it. Moots wants 3 from the wing. That's not going to go. Rebound Resch.
Might be the last possession.
28 seconds to go. Espenson.
I think they pulled this out for 1.
Looks like it. Resch will stand and hold here. Game and shot clock are only like 0.2 second difference.
They'll start it in about 1 here. Here we go.
Here comes Resch now. Looked at a cutter, comes over here to Anderson against Genrich. Down to the right block. Turnaround won't go, tipped out. Shot at the horn. If they count it, they will count it. Jake Gross, he couldn't get a rebound. They tipped it out to about 10 feet. And now Craig Steele goes down. I think he just got tripped by one of his guys. I'm not sure.
The floor.
Coming out to celebrate. I hope that's all it is and not something else here. Let's just wait and see. Yep, looks like he's okay. All right, we don't need any craziness. 39-23, it will be at the half. The Eagles will have the lead. Let's take a 1-minute break, and we will come back. UW Stevens Point basketball on WPCN. find a shot and end up at the end of a shot clock more often than not and struggling just to get one in the air.
It's been a dominating performance. I'm not sure what you do in the second half other than hope some of the three-point shots go in more regularly. But and give La Crosse credit that their offense has been working beautifully, especially senior Ethan Anderson. Somehow those last 4 or 5 minutes, we were going quickness, and Ryan Genrich had that assignment, and he's a tough, gritty kid, but he's given up 4 inches to a really skilled senior, and give La Crosse credit, as I said earlier, they recognize that 4-inch difference, and Ethan Anderson just kind of took him one-on-one and was able to shoot over him, and there wasn't much we could do about it. Rebounding again, Scotty, we mentioned that, going into this game, that rebounding has been an issue for our pointers, and you saw that on that last possession. We were able to get the miss, but we weren't able to get up and secure it. Tried to tip it, but we tipped it right to Jake Gross, who hit the little 8-footer in front of the basket, and so now La Crosse is in that locker room enjoying their biggest lead of the game at 16, 39-23. You have to wonder, Scotty. I'm sitting here wondering the way La Crosse is playing, and we knew after that loss to Platteville that they were going to come in here loaded for bear. But I'm wondering how they could lose to Platteville 64-41. What in the world was going on in that game?
I'm going to have to agree with you on that.
What team showed up for La Crosse on that night? Holy smokes!
Yeah, that was.
And that was at home for La Crosse.
Yes,
that was on their home. That was on their home floor.
I guess they shot very poorly in the 20 percentiles, but still, well, that's why you play each night, right? I mean, they don't say, okay, well, this is a mismatch. La Crosse should win the game over a point and just give it to them.
Yeah.
You have to come and win the game. And right now, of course, the Eagles are in this case, but what happened on Wednesday, different story.
Yeah, this is a pointer team that beat Platteville.
Yeah.
At Platteville.
Yeah.
And La Crosse loses 20 plus. It's a funny game, basketball, isn't
That's
it?
a fact. All right, 39-23 here. Our women fall 47-45. Great game. They're getting ever so close, but you know what? As Coach Hockett would be the first, close but no cigar does not count. You got to find a way to win. You got to find a way to make the play at the end of the game. I know the women are trying awfully hard. Same with the guys. Although here tonight, it doesn't look like we're going to be getting down to the end, but who knows? But the other night, you had a chance to knock off Whitewater and just could not get the play. In fact, you had the ball at the end and couldn't get a decent shot off.
Yeah, these are young teams, both the men and the women. And they're still growing. I know recruiting is a major issue, focus for both our men and women. We're working hard to bring in a more talent, and we know we need bigger guys inside. And certainly this has improved basketball, but we're young, still learning our way. And you're looking at La Crosse with what do they have? 5 seniors, I believe, and some of these guys have been playing together for some time. And you're seeing where the bar is today. Some of these young guys are seeing what WIC basketball can be. La Crosse is playing that well, in my estimation. So it's been a tough half, but there's 2 halves for a reason. And boy, if we ever needed halftime, today was the day. It couldn't come quickly enough.
Yeah, I would agree there. And we can't underscore enough. You're missing your best player, Jake Buchanan. Now, Jake is a 6-footer. He's not going to go in there and get 15 rebounds for you. But he does change their defense a little bit because you can't pack it in the way they are right now. Jake will score from out on the perimeter. We don't, Zach might be a 3-point shooter on a few nights, and AJ hits a few. But outside of Jake, I don't know that we have a good 3-point shooter. And you put that together, it makes it harder. Again, it's not an excuse, but it makes it harder. Jake, we need you back. Get well before Wednesday, that's for sure.
Well, what to do in the second half?
Yeah.
I don't know that you can do anything different. Just kind of hope that La Crosse cools down some. But we haven't really been able to impact their offense much. They're running their offense beautifully.
They're a little bit bigger in so many spots.
And they're quick. They have the good shooters on the floor. They run off of screens. They make good cuts to the basket. They have good vision. They see well. It's a good offensive basketball team.
Yeah.
And at least what we're seeing tonight. We only get to see them twice a year, but boy, they're running their offense beautifully. And they know they have that size advantage. That they can post our guards. Our guards are 5'11", 6 feet. Can't grow up any taller at halftime. There are coaches that really like, and I guess all coaches really like, right? 6'3", 6'4" guards. You'd like size at the guard.
Yeah, I would agree with you there. It is a 16-point La Crosse lead at the half, 39-23. Let's take a minute break. We'll come right back. UW Stevens Point men's basketball on WPCN. It's a high school.
That I do, Mr. Krieger. For the visitors from Wisconsin-La Crosse this afternoon, they finished the first half 15 of 26 from the field. It's a nice 57%, 5 of 11 from the three-point line, 45%. Ethan Anderson, 3 of 4 from behind the three-point line. Free throws just 4 of 10. That's the only favor the Eagles gave the Pointers so far today, 40%. 16 rebounds, 4 on the offensive end. Here's when you know your offense is running well, Scotty. The Eagles 10 assists to 2 turnovers. You would take that every game. 3 steals and 1 block shot rounds out their line. Pointers 7 of 20 from the field in the first half, 35%. 3 of 11 from behind the three-point line, 27%. And 6 of 10 from the foul line, or 60%. 2 fewer rebounds than La Crosse. That's at 14, 3 on the offensive end. 3 assists to go with 7 turnovers, a steal and a block shots. Points off turnovers. La Crosse with advantage 12-3, points down in the paint 16-6. Advantage Eagles. And off the bench, 15-4. La Crosse bench outscoring Stevens Point bench. Biggest lead of the game is where we're sitting right now, 39-23.
Yep. Scoring-wise, Ethan Anderson has 14 to lead La Crosse right now. 7 for Tanner Resch. 5 points for Austin Westra. 4 for Torin Hanna. Then you drop down to 2 apiece for Will Furman, Craig Steele, Mac Siebert, and Jake Gross, and 1 for J.J. Piter. For Stevens Point, leading the way is A.J. Mack, and then he has 7. 5 for Ryan Genrich. 4 points for Zach Moots. 3 for Brennan Tim. 2 apiece for Shane Tarjan and Ryan Peterson. And the Pointers are down 16 here. Let's run down scoring. First of all, on the women's side, all finals from this afternoon. La Crosse with a shot basically at the horn to beat Stevens Point 47-45. Oshkosh over River 64-53. And Stout defeats Platteville 72-61. On the men's side right now at the half, Eau Claire 33, Whitewater 33. And also at the half, Oshkosh 37 and River Falls 25. The other game, Stout and Platteville, does not tip until 7 o'clock today. The Whitewater and Eau Claire women's game began at 5, and Whitewater with a 4-point lead at the moment, or at least the last I saw. Badger men lose to Illinois today, their first Big Ten loss and first Big Ten win for the Illini, 79-69. Marquette over Georgetown, 95-73. UW-Milwaukee a winner on the road over Purdue-Fort Wayne, 74-70. UW-Green Bay on the road comes up short against Cleveland State, 82-77. Pointers trying to get ready for half number 2.
Yeah, the first thing I think you do talk about it to the locker room among the coaching staff, guys. What are we going to do about Ethan Anderson, who had 14? We went Gingrich against him, 6'6'4". Small against 6'4" just didn't work. I mean, Anderson's just too good. And, when you lost him to the outside, he's such a good three-point shooter. But at the end there, in those last 7 minutes, they said, if you're going to guard us with a 6-footer, we're just going to let him work down low. And he's very, he'd back his way in, and then he'd kind of fade and shoot away. But he's so effective. So I don't know that that's a matchup that's going to work for us. So what are you going to do about Ethan Anderson? Where's Nick Crow when we need him?
Yeah.
back in those championship years that we all remember fondly. We always had that defensive stopper that was a 6'5" kid and long, and just as quick as anybody you could put on the floor. And so, we could match long and quick. And we don't have that kind of defender right now. And so I'm not sure. I guess we'll have to watch and see who Coach Semling, matches up with Anderson. I think that's going to be the key to maybe the key to getting back in this is how you're going to contain that senior Anderson.
Yeah, good question. But you talk about those guys, the Nick Krulls, you go back to Brian Cook and Timmy Lazarczyk, Mike Chance. Those guys were defenders. Cook played in the post for you at 6'6". Same thing for Lazarczyk. And Jance on the wing at about 6'3". And that was their specialty, defense. And right now, if we have a defensive specialist, it's Shane Tarjan, but he's another 6-footer, 6'2" maybe on that end, a freshman.
I think the best that we ever had, in my mind, was Nick Crow.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go there because he was 6'7" and long.
And they could, and quick. They could put him on a guard. Or they
Although
could put him
Eric Moss was a pretty darn good defender at 6'9" now, wasn't he?
Yep, he sure was.
So,
but, since they're someplace else,
they're
they run out of eligibility, we're going to see how we defend
them. They're old
them
and either listening, watching, or they got other things to do.
We'll see how we try to contain Ethan Anderson. He's just a matchup right now. Headache for the Pointers.
Yeah, I mean, you need to bring some recruits in as you tried, again, as you mentioned, John, but sometimes you give up a little too much if you do get a defender in there. You don't have any offense on the floor. And without Jake, you don't have much offense to begin with.
And I'm almost wondering if you can at least try to play him physically. And when you have one guy that's big and that's physical, and that's Josiah Gillig.
Might be worth a crack. I don't know. He's going to get a start here in the second half. He might have called it right there.
But boy, we're
got some fouls to give. Give him.
But we're playing small.
That you are. But when don't we? Well, for the most part.
That's been the formula so far this year.
39-23. La Crosse will have the basketball. Anderson will inbound it.
And Josiah will not be guarding him.
Nope, that's a fact. Same starters for La Crosse. The Pointers have Tarjan, Mackinnon. They go right inside. Westford with a turnaround, missed it. AJ with a rebound. Lead feed. Genrich up the right wing, down to Tarjan on the wing. Gives it back out to Ryan. Craig Steele defensively there for the Eagles. It'll go into Josiah, working against Piter. A little jump hook, missed the shot. Piter with a rebound.
Good move, just missed it.
Yep. He'll get better with that. Yep. He's only a freshman. Does have to work on it, though. With it, Furman, left elbow, kicks it over. Anderson runs it into the lane. Back outside, Steele wanted to lift. Now he will take the jumper, and he got it.
Well, we are going a little bigger against Anderson with Tarjan, who's at 6'2".
Yep. Of course, Craig's mama, as some of you may or may not know, a Junction City young lady, Amy Clark. 41-23, 18-point lead here. Bounce on the left baseline, it'll go there. Zach Moots backing in against Anderson. Throws it over to the right corner. Tarjan trying to go baseline, out to Zach. Wide open three, off the rim, gets his own rebound, and inadvertently fouled by Craig Steele.
Yep. Loose ball, scramble, and undercut Zach. That'll be his third, Craig. So he'll take a seat.
And Torin Hanna back in, the sophomore out of Mount Horeb. So 41-23, right where we started the half, in essence. Well, not really. 2 more points down. Mooch going baseline, trying to bull his way in through a bad pass. Intercepted by Westra. His outlet intercepted. AJ pulls up for a triple. In and out. No, gets his own rebound into the lane. Then has it stolen away by Westra. 3-on-2 the other way. Westra down the lane, banks it in, and he'll go to the line.
Boy, they're going to call that a charge,
Scotty. Oh, my.
Yeah, I don't agree with the call from where I'm sitting. I don't think Coach Dernbach agrees with it either. That looked like a block from my angle.
I don't know how he got in there and got set, but so be it.
Well, we got that steal in a wide open. We've had 2 wide open threes and made neither. So if we're going to get back in this game, those shots have to go in. It's as simple as that.
41-23 La Crosse. A.J. Makinen working, handoff pass there to Ryan Genrich. Swing it left side. Zach Moots with it again. Tarjan. I don't know the last time Shane took an outside shot. Makinen down to the baseline, cut off out to Genrich. He'll take the three and got it. Ryan's the only one nailing the outside shot.
We are 1 for 3 in this half from that very spot.
Yep. Down low quickly. Furman rolls it off the rim. Rebound.
Jump.
Moots and Siebert. And they'll get a jump ball. And that's going to go to point. In for the Eagles will come Jake Gross, sophomore out of Kenosha Tremper.
Well, both teams have been in a half-court standard man-to-man the entire way, and we would not expect much different.
Makinen, front court between the circles, gives it off to Ryan Genrich. Picked up, sends it back over to AJ. Again, everything outside the perimeter at the moment. Moots drops it in. Josiah on the right block, back in against Piter. Kicks it out to Makinen. AJ down the left of the lane to the corner. Zach shovels it out. Genrich lifts another three. Nope. Rebound. Jump ball. That'll go to La Crosse.
Yep, good battle by Josiah.
Yep. Josiah's quick. Hilltop Pub and Grill for lunch or dinner. The Hilltop is there for you. Dine in, carry out, or delivery. Open daily at 11. So Furman will bring it up here. Over to the right side. It'll go to Piter. Piter to the top of the circle, sends it over there. Anderson drives it to the free throw lane. Gives it out high again to Piter. Handoff pass Furman in the lane. Comes to a stop. Anderson left, working against Tarjan now. Spin move, he goes right by Shane and gets the basket.
Quick timeout, not sure by La Crosse.
Yep, La Crosse wants a 30-second timeout. They want to talk about it, I guess, with 16:58 to go in the basketball game. Final score, Sports Bar and Grill scoreboard showing La Crosse 43, Stevens Point 26. Enjoy a sandwich, your favorite libation at the final score, where Long Island Saturdays turn into Bloody Sundays. We do have the Pointer Hoops radio show coming up for you on Monday night from Monk's Bar and Grill. Hopefully you can join us. We're on the air from 6 to 7. We'll get out of there on time for you to get home and watch that college football game. Some kind of college football game going on, I guess.
Is the Big Ten in that one?
I don't think so.
Nope, they came up just a little short, didn't they?
I believe so. But with that being said,
those were some great playoff games.
They were fun to watch.
They were some of the best football games we've seen.
Yeah.
And I can't say that I was particularly rooting for my conference.
No.
Given Michigan State and Ohio State.
Good call.
Or Michigan, excuse me.
You had it right, though. We know. Genrich over to Moots. Pointers need some scores here. Josiah on the left baseline. Out to Ryan, runs it down to the corner, gives back to Josiah. Takes it in against Piter. Spin move.
He's going to travel.
They're going to travel.
Trying to do too much.
Gets those feet going.
Yeah, he does. And they're working on that every day, the footwork.
That's right.
He came in really raw.
Very talented.
And the footwork is something that's got to come.
Furman in the front court. Gives it off on the high left wing into the hands of Hannah. Down to the baseline left, back out to Anderson. Anderson had it tipped away. Who's going to come out of there with it? Zach does. Into the front court, had it tipped away, but he maintains possession. Got it out to Makinen. Over it'll come to Genrich. Moots at the high left side. Into the corner it'll go there on a handoff pass to A.J. Makinen. Kicks it out Tarjan. Over it come to Genrich. Into the free throw lane. Down to the left corner. Pulls up inside A.J. Makinen. Short rebound.
I don't know if somebody got a piece of that maybe.
Quickly up left side. Coming back down. Nice job by Genrich. And they'll get another jump ball. Should be pointer ball.
It is.
Tied up Gross that time. Luke Warden getting set to come back for Stevens Point.
Well, these are valuable minutes now, Scotty, for these young guys as they learn how to play at this level.
Yep. Timeout, immediate timeout, 15:52 to go. Let's take the minute break, and we'll come right back. Pointers basketball on WPCN.
Yep, 17. You just got to start cutting into that slowly. 17 is certainly not insurmountable in the game of basketball. You get it up to that next level, 22, 23, then you're in some real trouble. But you can still do it here. But, you know, we're just 1 of 6 right now on the second half. That won't get you back in it.
Nope, Ryan Genrich. Off it'll go on the wing to Makinen. AJ to the top of the circle. Going to have to hit a whole bunch of shots and get a whole bunch of stops, but it can be done. Tarjan. Over to Genrich. On the dribble, free throw line, pulls up, lost the ball going up, kicks it out. Tarjan down to the baseline. A little runner off the rim, no, and the rebound pulled down here by Anderson. Warden couldn't get off the floor. Up it'll come, Siebert leaves it off for Furman. Top of the circle area, they'll work it off. Again, Anderson working in against Tarjan from the left side down to the block. Fadeaway jumper off the mark. Rebound, Genrich.
Tarjan's been semi-effective, Scotty. A little more size.
He keeps his body in the right spot. Moots wants a 3 off the rim. No.
I just can't get those to go down, can we? It's a tough afternoon or evening so far.
Furman gives it off. Siebert over to the right side. It'll go this time into the hands of Gross. Anderson down the left of the lane. Siebert from the top of the circle. Off the rim, no. Rebound, Ryan Genrich. He's having a pretty good rebound.
Yeah, he is, and he's such a tough kid.
Yep. Need more of that, to be honest with you. Toughness, I mean. Ryan with it, not necessarily trying to be critical, but I'm not sure the pointers are all that gritty sometimes. Working down the lane, scooping layup, just won't go.
She's good attacking the basket, just didn't get it up over the rim.
Up it will come into the front court with it is Hannah. Hannah works over to the right side. Tosses it up to Furman. Quickly over to Gross. Down low, left baseline, Siebert. They do move the ball much better than the Pointers do with the pass. I'm going to tell you that. Down to the baseline, Anderson. Double team down there. Outside it'll come to Furman. Furman trying to take Makinen in from the corner. And splash one down.
Boy, they've hit a lot of corners. We doubled Anderson and then started chasing, and they made us pay on the opposite corner.
So now you're down by that 20 that you were talking about. A.J. down the lane, lost the ball, picked up there. Luke Warden off the rim, no, and then a foul.
Nothing will go in.
A.J. laying in the lane after having been knocked down.
Yep.
He'll get the foul.
Nothing will go in.
Nope. That's the first foul on the Pointers this half. Miles Coleman, Brennan Tim, both coming back for Stevens Point here.
Pointers 1 of 10, Scotty, in this half.
No word on if and when Landon Van Calster will return. That would help.
Yeah.
The longer this goes, I would say the less likelihood that you're going to waste a year. Lifting the jumper from the baseline, no. Rebound, Tim. It'll be up to the player, of course. Miles out on the wing, takes the dribble to the top of the circle, stops, looked at a cutter, bounces it off to Warden, right side of the lane. Gives it off underneath. Beautiful pass, and Miles Coleman converts. What a nice pass.
Yeah, Miles with a back cut, and the Lacrosse defender turned his head, didn't see the ball.
Quickly up it comes. Resch has it on the right side. 46-28. Siebert from the corner. Pull-up jumper off the rim. Rebound underneath. They save it. Back to Siebert down the lane. Rolls it off the rim. A.J. with a rebound. Up it will come for the Pointers. Down 18. Miles Coleman. Underneath it'll go to Luke Warden. Powers his way up. Down by 16.
The same two players. They just reversed the roles.
46-30. Tanner Resch into the front court for the Eagles. Out high it will come this time off to Gross into the left corner. Siebert back underneath. And banging his way in there. Off the rim, no by Hannah that time.
Well, there's a chance for a little spurt of our own.
Yep. Coleman goes left. Nothing's impossible. Zach Moots comes right side to Brennan Tim. Hands it there to AJ. Can't free up for a shot. Trying to work off a screen, but just nothing there. Left side it'll go to Coleman. Coleman working, a lot of dribbling, not much happening. Trying to take it into the lane, fumbled it away again. Up it will come. Resch down to the other end, will go up, missed it, tipped up once, no, tipped around, Mackinnon with a rebound. Just too much dribbling through traffic, it just bothers
Miles just got the ball stuck for about 10, 11 seconds, never gave it up.
Moots blocked off, trying to make a move on the right side, backing his way in. Comes into the lane, kicks it out. Brennan Tim wants a three, a hair short. Rebound Lacrosse.
Well,
if you'd hit one of those.
They doubled the ball, and Brennan found himself open. You're right, if he could hit one of those.
Yeah, and Lacrosse is going to take a timeout. Coach Dernbach saying, you know what, we're lucky they're not hitting a few shots. They'd be right back into this. So the Eagles will take the time. Let's take the 30. We will come back in 30 seconds. Pointers down 46-30. Pointers basketball on WPCN.
Eat like a rock.
And finding out, thanks to Pat O'Donnell, that the Panthers of Stevens Point Area Senior High played down at Wanakee this afternoon. They came up a little short, but a good game for the Panthers. 62-57 the final. And Pat wants to put a vote in on best defensive player all time for the Pointers. Who do you think he picked, John?
Who did he pick?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
OD knows basketball.
Oh, he sure does. Pointer himself. Who did he pick?
Eric Moss. 6'9" defender.
Yep.
We have to remember that's championship basketball, and he defended a lot of guys out on the perimeter.
And we remember him more for short corner jumper.
Yeah, we sure do.
Which led to one of those national championships.
Out in Spokane, Washington.
And what a nice kid.
Great young man.
Who, by the way, is very successful in business.
Anderson lean in, tipped away by Tim. Rebound fought for. Who's going to get out of there with it? Loose in the corner. Elijah on the floor to pick it up. Got it off to Brennan Tim. Gus Foster on ahead to Mackinnon. Hit a shot here, guys. 46-30. AJ out to Tim. Into the lane. Spin move down the lane. He's got it.
Well, we're getting a little life, Scotty. You know, we've had 6 wide open threes. You're right. If we'd hit half of those, we'd have a ball game.
46-32. Got some life going here right now. Espenson sends it across. Now back into the hands here of Westra. Working against Elijah Vandervelden. Kicks it out on the corner. Resch running baseline. Cut off by AJ. Into the lane. Espenson. Off the rim. No. Brennan Tim with a rebound. Chance to get a little bit closer yet.
You know, and if you start to hit a couple shots, the collar starts to tighten a little bit.
You got
for
that
the
part right. Makinen out high to Brennan Tim. Looked at Peterson, comes back over to the right side. Elijah trying to post down deep. Into the lane, kick out Brennan, free throw line. Out it'll go to Foster. Back to Peterson, shot clock at 8. Leaves it off for Makinen. A deep 3, AJ got it! AJ Makinen with a trip. And it's down to an 11-point ball game. 46-35, 9:50 to go here. Tanner Resch over the top of the circle, gives it off here. Anderson back to Resch, his 3, and that will quiet the crowd for a moment.
Great shooter.
49-35, got to come back with another basket.
Yeah, big basket for the Eagles.
Makinen looking at Elijah again. They're getting bunched up into the corner. Elijah with the ball in hand, trying to get everybody to clear out. Working that left hand, kicks it out. Peterson for 3, no. Rebound Espenson. And then Gus Foster trying to get it from him. They're going to get a foul, or is Gus going to get the jump ball?
Now they're going to get a foul.
I love that from
I
Gus.
like it too.
Gus in there saying, I want that basketball. Well, got some fight going.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that at all. Freshman out of Bigfoot. I like the effort.
Yep. 9:12 to go. Pointers down 14. Had it to 11 for a moment. Now you need to stop, though. You don't want that to climb back up against John.
No, you got to just keep playing hard. Sooner or later, those shots got to go. And you know what? We've had the ability to get this thing really close if we had made any shots.
Yep. Westra, handoff. Noon with it.
It's a big if, isn't it?
Yeah, it sure is. But we'll take the if. At least it gives you some hope. Anderson runs baseline, gets all the way underneath, got it.
Yep.
Just too much.
They went to their scorers the last 2 possessions.
51-35. Well, that's what Point has to do. Can they find some scorers? Ryan Genrich on the left baseline, had it tipped away, got it back. Into the lane, kick out. Gus Foster down to the baseline. Thought he was going to pull up Genrich for a triple. That's not even close.
Yeah, Anderson flew out at him late, and I think he took his vision away.
Foster out, Tarjan in.
You could see Ryan's eyes go from the rim to the guy that was coming out after him, and just never got a good shot.
Front court with it. On the dribble here is Furman.
That's a travel.
Yeah, they got it, although late, they did get it called. You're correct, John.
Yep. Just slid the pivot foot.
Lear's Jewelers, providing custom design jewelry, free custom design consultations, as well as jewelry repair where dreams are made. Good luck, Pointers from Lear's Jewelers. Pointers with the ball, moots all the way off the wing, and then has it blocked away by Piter. Picked up on the breakout into the front court, Westra. Nice play by the freshman out of Neenah, Wisconsin. Handoff will go to Steele.
And those are the things he did for Neenah to lead them to the state championship.
Guarding the post. Piter gives it up on top. Furman with it against Genrich. Drops it in Westra left side against Vandervelden. Sneaks by Elijah and then throws it off of him. He had nowhere to go. Out of bounds. It'll be Eagles basketball.
Elijah lost his stance a little bit, stood up, and allowed him to go around him.
Eagles taking another timeout here, or is this a media?
Could be media probably, Scotty. I'm thinking media.
7:52 to go. This will be the media timeout. Taking the minute break. Coming right back. Pointers basketball on WPCN. And your pointers are down 51-35 on the final score. Sports Bar and Grill scoreboard. Well,
you've got La Crosse to cool off. They're just 5 of 16 in this second half, Scotty, 31%. Unfortunately, our pointers just 5 of 18, 27%. And we've had some open looks.
That is the darn of it. You just can't score. Craig Steele inbounds it to Westra. Westra working baseline, trying to go by Elijah. Blocked in the lane by Tim. Picked that back up by the Eagles. Shot missed again, and finally Point will come down with it. Who? I don't know, but
Ryan Genrick got that.
I couldn't see, as usual.
Ryan Genrick got that start.
All right, thank you. Tarjan against Steele on top. Shane, top of the circle, gives it off there to Genrick into the hands of Moots. Swing it, right corner, Tarjan. Shane to the free throw line, gives it off on the wing. Moots unable to get a shot off against Anderson. Takes him into the lane, has the ball stripped away. Genrick comes up with it. Nice spin move, floating jumper, missed it. And into the hands of Westra.
So much energy to free himself. He just didn't have a lot left when the shot came.
So Westra against Elijah, running right baseline, got all the way to the block. Sets up there, and then Elijah played up on the upper side and gave him the drop step to the basket.
That's exactly what he did. He took the right shoulder away, but overplayed the right shoulder and gave him the drop step to the left. And here's the problem. When you give the baseline side up on that drop step, there's no help there. The guys in the first row of the bleachers can't help you.
Yeah. By the way, he missed the shot, but he'll get 2 free throws. Foul on Elijah, his second. And free throw coming up, and he missed that one.
Well, not good free throw shooting today by either team. The Eagles now 4 of 11.
Well, Warden comes in, as does AJ once again. Back in for La Crosse will be Jake Gross, replacing Piter. 51-35 Eagles.
Tell you, this guy, we're definitely fighting harder this half.
Yeah.
There's better energy. There's just better determination, if you will.
Westra makes 1 out of the 2. Seems like as soon as I said I don't think we all have all that much fight in us, I don't know, as if they heard me. They're trying to prove me wrong.
Almost like we were a little intimidated in the first half.
And that's the problem. Mackinnon over to the right side to Genrick. If you get this much fight all the time, I think you can be in ball games, but you have to play this way. It's college basketball.
Well, from behind down in the post.
I mean, don't take this wrong, but sometimes act like you're supposed to be out on the floor and not like, oh, it's nice to be here.
Well,
it's easy for me to sit here and say Anderson.
The growing pains, I tell you.
I know.
What a good overplay there on the inbounds pass.
Yeah. Sad there. 52-35, 17-point La Crosse lead.
Well, their seniors are coming through for them. That was a defensive play by a senior.
Yep. Westra, Steele. He's going to take the 3 off the rim. Moots tips the rebound into the hands of Mackinnon, who couldn't hang on, but picked up by Tarjan. Shane up the right wing. It'll go to Genrick. Genrick finds Moots into the lane, and he is fouled.
Trailing. That'll be on Anderson.
Anderson, his second in a row here.
Yeah. He was trailing Zach on the cut. Tripped him up.
Well, nice to see Blake Courts is going to get into the game for Zach. Blake can score. Question is, can Blake play some defense?
Freshman.
6'3" freshman out of Freedom.
That was a good Freedom basketball team.
Yep. 52-35. It'll come into Courts in the right corner. Sends it out here to Mackinnon. Off the screen from Warden. AJ attacks into the lane. Had the shot blocked. Loose ball on the floor. Eagles down there trying to dig it out. They do. It'll go to Steele. Runs it up front. Gets back outside. Over it'll go to Furman. Back on top to Hanna. They'll play a little 2-man out to the free throw line, into the corner, right back inside. Furman sneaks in, fouled by Warden, and he'll score.
Yeah, had to help. Well, La Crosse will be in no hurry now, Scotty, to score, because they're up 19, and clearly the opponent now is to clock 5:49.
I think we got it to what? It was in 11?
Yep, we did. It was 11.
Bang. Well, that happens sometimes. You work your way back, and you expend so much to get there. Any kind of a let up, and boom, it goes the other direction. Furman.
In fact, it was 46-35. We are still on 35, and they are now on 55.
Auto Select, quality, dependable auto repair and service performed by qualified technicians you can trust. Genrick, kick out, Tarjan. Left wing, it'll go there. Court's trying to go baseline, got cut off. Blake picks up the dribble, bounces it off to Luke Warden. Warden working hard. It'll go to Ryan Genrick, 20-point lead. Genrick on the wing, looking for help. 6 on the shot clock. Warden will take it, gets by his man, takes it to the hoop, in and out, no. Fighting for the rebound, it'll be Stevens Point basketball.
Tell you what, another year or two, Luke's going to finish that shot.
Yeah.
Just a freshman, but he is going to be a good one, folks.
Yeah, I think so too. I think our young guys, you know, when they get senior, more advanced bodies, as you've been talking about.
The 2 Freedom kids.
Yeah.
Well, just more experience at this level.
Yep. All right, left side bounce pass. It'll go there to Courts. Blake to the top of the circle, over to Genrick. Off it'll go there to Shane Tarjan. Kicks to the corner. AJ thought about a 3. Can't take the shot there. Over it'll come Tarjan. Baseline jumper off the rim. No. Rebound. Nice by Courts. Kick out. Around it'll go to AJ. AJ down the lane. Off it'll go to Tarjan. Kick out to Courts. Free throw line. Underneath he'll find Warden. And I think we're going to get a... Ooh, thankfully.
With the block.
Yeah.
Close call. That's one of those tough decisions that officials have to make.
That's good hustle by Blake Courts.
Yep. I guess when you're up 20, you might not get that call.
It'll be a point inbound off the baseline. El Mezcal Restaurant, Highway 10 East, Stevens Point. Check out El Mezcal for their specials on Facebook. El Mezcal, Stevens Point.
Wester's a fine defender, Scott. You're talking about a 6'6" kid. He's been tough all day.
Yep, you are right. Inbound left corner, Luke Warden. Want to get the 20 seconds on the shot clock. From the wing, Genrick for 3, and he's got another one. He's got 3. He's got 11 points in the game, 55-38. Up front it'll come. Tanner Resch with the ball on the wing, top of the circle, lobs to the left corner. Steele wants 3 back, off the rim, no.
Over the back.
Rebounding foul. Going to go here on maybe Anderson.
It is. Yeah. Probably one that he knows he should have left alone. Team foul number 6.
His 3rd, for what that's worth.
Yep.
Just saying. He's got 3. Westra has 4. Just keep going in after him.
Yeah.
4:20 to go in the ball game. AJ on the wing.
At this point, we literally can't miss a shot.
Well, I'm going to have to agree. And we won't.
Well, we haven't since we said that.
Genrick off the Courts. Off the Warden screen. Over it'll come to Genrick, working against Craig Steele. Into the lane, down the lane, turnaround, kicks it out. AJ for 3. We haven't missed one yet.
Well, I tell you what.
13 points.
Give the kids credit, Scott. Yeah. They're playing a very, very fine nationally. I don't know if they're nationally ranked anymore, but a team that certainly could be and probably will end up being. And we played hard this second half.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you there. I don't know if they're ranked or will be because they took that big loss. But I would say by the end of the year, they're going to be in the mix for getting potentially anyway into the Elite 8, if not beyond.
Yeah, I would like
that's a good basketball
team. And I'd
team.
like to tell you who's going to be the favorite right now in the WIAC. And after last Wednesday, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you come in here, 8 teams. 4 are 2-1 and 4 are 1-2.
Yeah,
that'll settle out a little bit here today.
But you know, you and I have been around for a long, long time. We've seen any number of WIAC conference champions with 4 losses.
Yeah.
I mean, this conference just kind of beats up on each other.
That's a fact.
And has forever.
It's been a little while since our Pointers have been able to hang a banner.
Yeah, since
back
15.
The national championship team, 14-15.
Unfortunately, 2 times since then,
all
we had to do was go to Eau Claire and win against a not, I'm not sure those Eau Claire teams were 500. And somehow we managed to lose both of those.
Yeah.
By a couple of smash kids, as it would turn out. Otherwise, we'd have a couple more, but...
Well, got to go earn some.
Yeah, if still
the nice thing, going back, we've got all these young guys. Jake Buchanan's got 2 more years after this.
This whole roster.
You add, and you're going to add some kids coming in.
Yep.
Get a post player or 2 to go along with Warden, and I don't know if Dylan Reuter works out or not. We haven't really had a chance to watch, but he's got some size. He's athletic. He just hasn't figured out how to play pointer basketball yet. Hannah gets it off out on the wing there to Gross. Back over to Piter. Now, they've gotten pretty tall here. Piter takes it against Warden down to the left block. Tosses out to Steele, an open three, and he doesn't miss too many.
No.
He's got 7 in the ball game, 58-41. AJ kicks it on the right wing to Blake Courts. Looked at the 3. Back to AJ. Bounces it into Luke Warden. Into the lane. Underneath to Ryan Genrick. Circles back to the lane. Got bodied up. Kicks it out on the perimeter. Off to Makinen. Top of the circle. Taking a lot of time here. AJ's pass tipped away by Piter out of bounds.
8 seconds on the shot clock.
3:07 to go.
But at this point, it's just a matter of what the final score is going to be. This one is over, I'm willing to say.
Yeah, I'm going to go with you there, 17-point difference.
And actually, Scotty, with 3:07 to go, if La Crosse just runs 25, 28 seconds on the shot clock every possession.
Yep, without shooting.
Correct. Yeah, they wouldn't have to shoot.
Yep. A.J. Makinen off the screen from Warden into the corner, running baseline, goes up inside, leaves it for Warden on a nice pass, and Luke will finish. He's got 4, you're down 15. Just inside 3 minutes to go in the ball game.
Luke's got that big body that can finish better inside.
Inside Piter, blocked away that time by Warden, picked back up, Anderson in the lane. Kicks it out to Steele, over to the left wing, it'll go there. Into the hands of Hannah. Steele on the wing. Nice blocking there by Warden.
Yep.
Hannah circles over, gets to the free throw line area, pulls up for the jumper, missed everything. Genrick with a rebound. Ryan into the front court. Leaves it off here for Shane Tarjan over to the right wing. Shane working toward the baseline on the dribble. Now needs help. Bounces it out to Courts. Blake on top. Gives it back to Genrick. Genrick looking for something to develop. Gives it off left wing now to Makinen. AJ back to Genrick. Top of the circle working against Hannah. Takes him into the lane. Pulls up 14-footer. Got it! Ryan Genrick and a timeout. Pointers. 2 minutes to go. You're down by 13 right now.
Well, we're building that self-satisfaction that can come by winning the second half. I don't know how much satisfaction comes with that, Scotty, but at least the kids go in and know that they came back after a really tough first half and have battled toe-to-toe with La Crosse here in the second.
Final score, Sports Bar and Grill scoreboard showing right now. La Crosse 58, Stevens Point 45. Watch your favorite teams. Enjoy the daily food and drink specials at the final score. Second at Maria Stevens Point. Once in a while, John, just watching here towards the end of the game, knowing that, it's not like you're out of it, but you have to be, as a coach, sitting there going, well, okay, we'll keep fighting hard. It just looks like Coach Sem is having fun trying to teach these guys game situations here. Out there patting them on the back, talking to them. Not in a mean way, but in a very spirited, okay, you did that right. Okay, next time do this. I think he's having fun coaching.
Well, and he is, and he's working his tail off coaching this year because he's got such a young team. He brought in some new pieces. And I can tell you that they're working their tail off recruiting as well. You go in the office and see the big white board. It's amazing what 2 pieces can do to change a basketball team around. Football takes a lot of pieces.
And Coach Benet is doing a great job recruiting there.
But you can turn a basketball program around with just 2 right recruits. And there's plenty of young talent here. I still say we need another post player or 2.
You can never have enough, can you?
Well, you can never have enough of anything, can you? But I agree with you about Coach Sam. And let's face it, coaching is all about teaching. I've always said, you show me a great coach, I'll show you a great teacher.
All right, here we go. La Crosse with the basketball. Up by 13 at the moment. Into the front court with it is Hannah. Gives left to Westra. Westra sets the screen. Hannah with the dribble. Back over. Anderson drops it in Westra. Swings it over to the right side. Hannah in the corner. Out it'll come to Gross. Gross holds it there. Sends it out to Steele. 10 on the shot clock. Steele gets down the lane. Scooping layup. No. Tipped up and in.
Ooh, great tip. Yeah. Almost had to go behind his head to get that. Hannah.
60-45. Yeah. Pointers are down.
Get out of Mount Horeb.
Minute and a half to go. Off to Genrick. Over to Makinen. Runs into the circle. Off to Genrick. A deep 3. Nobody. Foul.
And Anderson.
That should be 4 on Anderson. Not that it's going to matter anymore.
That's a mistake a senior shouldn't make.
Yeah.
quite frankly.
Especially at this situation.
Yeah, you're up 15 and you close out and foul a three-point shooter with 1:20 to go. He knows.
We're going to get Elijah back in, Gus Foster back in, Ryan Genrich to the line for 3. First is on the way and good. Ryan doesn't get many free throws, does he? On the
just
season?
5 of the year,
yeah.
4 or 5. You know what? As gritty and as tough as he is, and he's always amongst the action.
Yeah.
You would think he'd get the line more often, wouldn't you? Yeah. That's an amazing stat, Scotty. Stat of the day.
Stat of the day, stat of the day. Ryan Genrich hits the first 2.
We got this down to 13. This could be down to
12.
12, and this was a 20-plus point game at one point.
Of course, he missed that one.
Yeah, of course.
Gross with it.
Well, get a stop here.
Yeah. It'll go out on the left side to Hannah. Into the hands of Westra. Eagles are going to win, but the Pointers have made them work for it here in the second half, down to the baseline. And it's not like you're playing against the empty or the end of the bench for La Crosse.
No.
They've left everybody out there. So credit our young guys. They have battled hard. Bounce pass into the right corner. Into the lane, down the lane, scooping a layup, counted for Jake Gross.
Right, you had good defense for 28 seconds, and then got blown by the last 2.
Genrich looking, swings it to Makinen. AJ down the lane, off it'll go to Josiah. He'll lay it up and in. Josiah's first basket of the ball game. 62-49, 38 seconds to go.
Had the better of La Crosse by 3 points in this half. Yep. Something to build on, maybe.
Anderson gives it up now. Steele. Game and shot clock, 10-second difference.
Don't want to foul.
Steele's going to hold the dribble against AJ. They'll work it right down to the tail end. Why not? Bounce it on the right side. Turn around by Gross. Not going to go. Rebound, however. Eagles, they go back, miss that one. Rebounded by Genrich. 7 seconds to go.
You got a chance to get this down
into the
to
front
10
court.
with a 3.
Gives it off to Josiah. Baseline jumper. Got it! Josiah Gilly. And that will be the final 2 of the ball game. Well, the Eagles will get out of here with a win, 62-49 over our Stevens Point Pointers, but a good second half effort by UW Stevens Point to cut that lead a little bit, and played hard with a whole bunch of young guys on the floor. And that, I'll tell you, is a look that we can take with us with a whole bunch of hope.
Well, hope is good, Scotty, and you know, La Crosse put on a clinic in the first half, Scotty, and we probably saw the La Crosse team that played Platteville in the second half. So, tell you what, if a few of those shots had gone in, and they were wide open looks, and we had capable shooters, if some of those threes go in, this would have been an interesting game down the stretch. Of course, it didn't turn out that way, but you got to give the kids a lot of credit. They went into the locker room with the daubers down, and they came out and played as hard as a young basketball team could be expected to play. You know, you're sitting here with a little bit of optimism, and you know, doesn't look so bad. 62-51 on the scoreboard, I suppose, but at one point in this game, you were just getting manhandled.
That is a fact. Well, we'll take the effort from the guys here and hopefully be able to build off of that. Some games coming up that, who knows, might be winnable here, and hopefully starting on Wednesday when you make the long trip over to River Falls. 62-51, Eagles beat our Pointers. Let's take a 2-minute break. We'll come back here. UW Stevens Point men's basketball on WPCN. Unfortunately, the Pointers lose another one here on the home court, falling to the La Crosse Eagles 62-51, but a strong second half effort is what we can call it for our Pointers, and hoping that that effort continues the rest of the way. If you can get Jake back on Wednesday, hopefully, and continue. It's nice to get some of these guys in that didn't get much of any playing time to this juncture. We're starting to see some of those guys, through their practices now, getting on the floor. Nice to see Gus Foster getting in, and Blake Court's getting some action, I think, for the first time since Illinois Wesleyan game, and maybe he played a minute or so somewhere else. But that was, 3, 4, 5 minutes for Blake. Good to see those kids getting out there, and that's going to pay off in the long haul.
You know what? More minutes for Luke Warden, Josiah Gilly, more minutes tonight, even Elijah Vandervelde. And you know what those guys, along with Tarjan, Courts, and Foster, have in common, Scotty? They're all taller players. Yeah. You're looking at guards 6'2", 6'3", 6'3", and then you're looking at your three post players. They went a little bit bigger and rebounded better. We're a little bit stronger inside, and we're able to finish inside when the guards penetrated. We're able to penetrate and dump off in that second half. So I don't know if we'll see more of a bigger lineup, but certainly against the smaller guards, Ethan Anderson in the first half had 14. He only had 4 in the second half. So you know what? Give our bench credit, because a lot of Tarjan and Foster were the guys that kind of got that assignment, and they, going 6'2", 6'3", just slowed him down. He wasn't able to quite finish so easily and so well against the little taller guys and the little bigger bodies, right? So that was good to see, and you love to see the younger guys get more minutes. And we hadn't seen them play all that much, some of these guys, and you know what? They handled themselves really, really well. So very impressed. And I'm going to forget the first 20 minutes, which was a clinic by the Eagles, and I'm just going to say we won this game 28-23. Wished it worked that way, but yeah, you know what? It was all lacrosse in the first half. We were down 16. It felt like we were down 30. And they came out and did run it up to 20 at 55-35, biggest lead of the game. And from that point on, we outscored them 16-7 in the last 6 minutes or so. I suppose the case could be made that the game was over at that point. But our kids didn't quit playing, and you got to be impressed by that. At the end of the day, I guess, Scotty, from where I saw it, it was just too much of an experienced senior team for lacrosse, and with one great all-conference player in Ethan Anderson. And you know who does things quietly for them is Tanner Resch. We wanted him badly, and I think it came down to lacrosse and us. And it would have been nice.
It was the same for J.J. Piter.
Yeah, another kid that came down to lacrosse and the Pointers, and they just had their stars carry them early on in this game.
But that's what stars are supposed to do,
well,
right?
absolutely, and they showed up and shown. And we know Ethan Anderson is just a great player, and really he was the difference on this floor. He is so good on both ends, and he also, you're a better player around a guy like that. But it's just a more senior, experienced team, and we weren't quite ready for it in the first half, and Lacrosse was going to come out here with a ton of energy, and they did, because they were a little humiliated themselves on Wednesday, I'm sure, losing to Platteville the way they did.
I would agree with that. I thought, oh boy, we're going to get the old cat that's been cornered a little bit, or
we did.
However you want it. And they came out and they showed their dominance early with their stronger upper bodies and their seniors. But I go back, I made the comment, and again, I know that the guys didn't hear me say it, but I said I don't know that we have that much fight in us, trying to come back and win, tough games. And then lo and behold, they just came after it hard, being our Pointer guys. And I was very, very pleased with that late effort by those young guys that were on the floor.
Well, I think their pride was hurt, and it should have been, right? And and they responded, and that, these kids all come from championship programs,
sure
and they're all champions, or they wouldn't be on at this level of basketball. And I think they went in the locker room and were maybe challenged by the coaching staff. Where's your pride? You just got taken apart in the first half. Much like I thought La Crosse came out, their pride was damaged. And when you're a championship caliber team like La Crosse certainly is, and you have that kind of a performance, you can't wait to get back out to the next game. And they certainly showed that in the first half. So another WIAC battle. This is how things go in this league. You can't have 10 minutes or even 5 minutes against good teams and come out away. I mean, 5, 10, 12 minutes of bad basketball in the WIAC and you're going home with a loss.
Yeah, and that's really all it takes. It takes sometimes 3-4 minutes of bad basketball, and you take the L. So,
and that's the challenge. I think every coach would tell you is how do we get 40? And I don't know that anybody ever can say, "Yep, we got 40 minutes of the kind of basketball we want to see." If you get a team, you know what? The 04-05 teams probably for the Pointers, were as close to teams that put on a performance for a full 40, but that. We keep going back to the good old days, and I apologize for that, but they were so talent-laden, and they just destroyed people in those days. Yeah. And then that's the goal. Getting back to it is trying to play 40 minutes, not perfect basketball, but certainly solid basketball. I've always said you don't have to be perfect. It's not a game. It's not a game of perfect, but you have to be solid.
Yeah.
And that's the challenge.
Nice to see Vinny Ritchie.
Yeah.
And his pops walking by there.
Yep.
I looked at one, I think, and then I saw Vinny right behind him. I said, yep, Mr. Ritchie and Vinny are here at the game, so that's nice to see. We saw Joe the other day at the ball game, so nice to see. Well, 62-51, it's another loss, unfortunately. Point will drop to 8-7 overall, now 1-3 in the league. But again, anything can happen, get things rolling in the right direction. Get Jake back. I can't emphasize enough. Get Jake back. That will help you a lot. And we'll get ready for Wednesday over in River Falls.
Yeah, and you'd like to get a position where you're just not always trying to bounce back.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You know what? We gotta get out of a position of let's bounce back. You're always trying to bounce back. You know what? No, we're going to bounce back, and then why not us? Why don't we string some wins together instead of, we win one, lose one, and then here we are bouncing back again. And that's the challenge for this young team. We have a long ways to go. We've proven that we can play, having beat Platteville, very easily could have, would have, should have beaten Whitewater. And then in the second half, the guys should at least have the comfort of thinking the rest of the way that there's not better basketball out there that we're going to run into. There will be as good. We'll see how good Oshkosh is when we see them. But, just try to get better every day.
That's what we'll have to do. John has all the stats on tonight's game.
That I do. For the visitors, the Eagles from La Crosse, they end up the night 24-55. That's 43%. 8 of 17 from behind the three-point line. That's very nice, 47%. Free throws, 6 of 13, 46%. La Crosse had 36 boards tonight, 10 of those on their offensive end. They had 15 assists to go with 8 turnovers, 7 steals in the game, again, with 3 block shots. For our Pointers, we finished the night 18 of 48. That's 37%. We shoot 45% on the season. So La Crosse with a good defensive effort tonight. Just 7 of 22 from behind the three-point line, 32%. And 8 of 13 from the foul line, 61%. We had 4 fewer rebounds than did the Eagles, 32 total rebounds. We had 7 on the offensive ends. 13 assists to go with 12 turnovers. We had 5 steals and 3 block shots. Rounds out the Pointer line. Points off turnovers tonight, La Crosse 12, Stevens Point 6. Points down in the paint, not unusual. We get outscored in there. Not too bad tonight, 26-18. And the bench scoring tonight, certainly a huge advantage for La Crosse, 25-10. That's a deep basketball team.
Yes, I would agree with you there. Scoring for the La Crosse Eagles. They were led by Ethan Anderson. He finished with 15, 10 in the ball game for Tanner Resch here tonight. 9 points off the bench for Torin Hanna. 6 points today for Austin Westra, 5 for Will Furman, 4 for Jake Gross, 2 points for Max Siebert. I think I missed Craig Steele. He had 7, and 1 point this evening for J.J. Piter. For Stevens Point, leading scorer Ryan Genrick with 15, including 10 in the second half. 13 for A.J. Mackinnon this evening. And you drop down to 5 points for Brennan Tim, 4 apiece for Zach Moots and Luke Warden and Josiah Gilly, and 2 points each for Shane Tarjan, Miles Coleman, and Ryan Peterson. Again, with the win, La Crosse is going to stay right there, and they're going to go to 3-1 in the conference now, and 12-3 overall. And Stevens Point will drop to 8-7 overall, 1-3 in conference play. The Pointers' next game will be on the road at River Falls, 7 o'clock on Wednesday night. We'll have that game for you. And then back here on Saturday against the Eau Claire Blue Golds at 7 o'clock. So this coming week is a big one. The Spash boys basketball team falls on the road today, 62-57 at Waunakee. Other scores, I guess we should wrap up our women's scores first of all. You had for the women, La Crosse edgy, now we're Pointer women, by a final of 47-45 this afternoon. It was Oshkosh, a winner over River Falls, and that score was 64-53 this afternoon. You had Stout over Platteville, the final score there, 72-61. And finally here this afternoon, in a game that started the same time we did, looks like it is a final now, Whitewater at Eau Claire. The Warhawks win it 79-69. Those are all the women's finals. Now, on the other hand, for the men, one game starting at 7 o'clock tonight, and that is Stout at Platteville. Otherwise, you had Oshkosh with the